so short. Hi guys, Anime Charmed, and welcome to my first cosplay tutorial video. So today I'm going to be teaching you how to get something like this into something like this. Now, this is my Miku wig, and I have two Miku wigs. I have one for dancing for when I do my performances, and I have one for photos. So the one that I use for dancing, it's a cheap eBay wig, and it's not really like I care what happens to it. And as you can kind of see, it's not untangled all the way because it's just going to get tangled anyways. But that's my dancing wig, and I'm going to show you how I untangle this disastrous of a mess, and I will show you how to keep it untangled while you're moving about during con. Keep in mind this can be a very time-consuming process, and you gotta be able to withstand the sacrifice that you need to make. This is all the crap I had to untangle. You can't really see it. There we go. Okay. You gotta be willing to take a lot of risks. And especially because this is a cheap eBay wig, the risk is very high for like ripping out nearly half of your wig. Now, for this, it took me about 6 hours to do just what I got here. It could take you less depending on the quality of your wig and how impatient you are or patient that you are with your wig. I'm a very impatient person, so I'm just like ripping out the fibers of this wig. Okay, so the first thing you're gonna want is this stuff. It's mane and tail. Pretty sure a lot of you guys have heard of this stuff. It's really good for untangling wigs, your own hair, whatever kind of ratness you got going on. You're gonna need some scissors to cut off the ends. I have fabric scissors because I'm too damn poor to afford actual hair scissors. And you can either have a wig brush or a wide tooth comb. That word, yeah. I use this because it's what I have and I'm poor. Keep in mind, if you do get a wide tooth comb, there are some of them that have the little wax balls on the ends of those. Don't get those because there's a chance that your fibers might like stick to those and it'll like pull it and it'll just make a huge mess. Alright, so the first thing you're going to want to do, and this is just easier for me, is you want to take the little clip out. Now, I put the clip back on in this one. Okay, and what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to take this here string. Let me just, okay. You're going to want to take this string right here, and you're going to want to untie it, and you're going to want to get rid of all of the scrunching, I guess you call it. Basically, just want to rip the clip out. Don't rip it out. Be gentle. So, this is the clip for my other Miku wig. It should look something like this. And just gonna want to loosen it up so it lays flat. And I recommend brushing it against a flat surface, a table or a towel or something. I don't recommend doing it on a carpet unless your carpet has been vacuumed recently, because you don't want to get any like type of fuzz or anything in your wig or any little pieces of string that could get your wig all tangled all up again, because it'll just not be great. Now, with all wig brushing, you need to start from the bottom and work in sections up to the top. Or in my case, just work until you're like fed up with it and then call it good. So, never, ever, 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 ever brush your wig wet. It'll just gonna make everything worse. I like to brush my wigs dry or slightly damp, especially when I drown it in this stuff. So, brush your wigs when they're dry. When they're wet, it's just gonna make everything worse. Also, make sure your hands are dry, because if your hands are slightly damp or sticky or wet, it's gonna start to stick to your hand and it's just gonna get all tangled up again. You want to create the least amount of friction so the fibers will smoothly glide across the comb and they won't get caught or anything like that. So, I'm going to show you the extremely painful process of untangling this mess. Now, I'm not going to be recording all 6 hours of me untangling a stupid Miku pigtail, but you'll get the gist. So here we have my flat table, and here's the wig, and what we're going to do is we're going to spray the ends of it, like so. Make sure you get all the way up in there. Okay, and then you're going to take your wig brush and you're just going to slowly comb the bottom out. And what you're trying to do is work the tangles from the top down to the bottom. You're not just trying to rip the tangles out. And to get the least amount of damage, you got to do this gently. Or if you really want to be fancy, part it into sections so it's easier. But I don't do that because I'm lazy, and this is my dancing cheap wig, so I don't really need that. So one of the reasons I like to take the clip out of the wig is because you can do things like this. And I basically sectioned out, so this is the bottom layer, and this disaster is the top layer. So when it goes back on the clip, looks like this, messy top layer. And because I'm going to section it off and keep everything nice, you can see, kept it in between the wefts here. So now I have this side that's all pretty, and then there's this side that I still have to do. And so I'll just take a little baby section like this and brush it out and keep on going until I finally get to this freaking rat nest. Okay, as you guys kind of start getting close to making your wig not look so crappy, you're going to kind of notice there's going to be a little fuzz at the end of your wig from all the pulling that you're doing. And there's going to be a little tiny baby hairs sticking out. What you're going to want to do, if I can find my scissors, that I just literally had 4 seconds ago. Where are my scissors?
On the table.
Where? Oh, found them. Way over here. Anyways. Okay. So what you're going to want to do is you're just going to want, just going to want to gently, ever so carefully, snip the tips off. Not like the tip of your actual wig, but just where it starts to freak out. Okay? And then once you're done with that, you take your straightener. Make sure it's on the lowest setting, and if you're not sure if your wig is heat resistant, it's always a nice idea to put wax paper in between the 2 little plates. So, you just take it, and you just lightly straighten it down, and it'll get rid of the fuzz. There's a kitty right there. He's trying to mess my stuff up. And you just keep doing this all the way up your wig. We got quite a long ways to go. Alright, so here we have the difference between an epic cosplay wig and a cheap eBay wig. The epic cosplay wig took me about an hour to untangle, and the eBay wig 6 hours, and this one's not even done yet. But that's my dancing wig, and that one is my photo wig. That was really weird how I said that. And the other one is my photo wig, and it looks nice and pretty, and the other one looks kind of janky. But these are your results. To keep your wig from tangling back up again, you're going to need to identify the spots that it's most likely to tangle. For me, it's my shoulders and these little gems that are all over my kimono on the sides and on my sleeves where it can get easily caught. Now for me, I took off a good majority of those in the back so that my wig doesn't get tangled, and I clip my pigtails closer to the back of my head than rather to the sides, just so they don't rub against my shoulders so often and it doesn't start flipping back and forth between the front and the back of my body. So it just stays in the back, and it's less likely to come swinging around in the front and get tangled by my shoulders. Thanks for watching, guys. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe.